and welcome to PalaceFanTV for our Watford preview video. And to do that, I'm joined by a man from the Rookery End podcast. It's Mike Parkin. How you doing?
I'm good, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me.
More than welcome.
So we're going to preview Watford versus Palace now. Obviously, it's the first time Palace have played Watford since that infamous game at Wembley in 2013. Does that add an extra kind of pressure to the game for you, or have you just forgotten about that game already?
It's gone. Distant memory. A thing of the past. If anything, I guess it's a catalyst to help us get to where we are today. I think it's probably, in the grand scheme of things, it was a good result, in as much as I think if we had gone up with that team, we'd have probably gone straight back down. Zola was the manager at the time. He was very attack-minded with his teams, and we enjoyed that obviously because there was goals flying in left, right and centre. A lot coming back the other way, of course. And as we've seen this year under the new look Watford, keeping clean sheets, keeping it tight at the back is really, really important. So I think, actually, Jim and Palace fans, you did us a massive favour. So no hard feelings here whatsoever.
Well, you are welcome, Watford fans. Now, it's been a really good start, actually, for Watford. 9 points, same number as Palace at the moment. Did you expect such a strong start after coming up?
We were hopeful, certainly, because Watford are a different proposition, I think, than most people remember them. Certainly the last two times we came up under Boothroyd and Graham Taylor previously, we're much changed in terms of the ownership of the club, the structure of the club. Just the whole look and the feel of place is very, very different now. So we were hopeful that, I think most Watford fans quietly were expecting to stay up. I'll be honest and say that most people would expect it. Obviously, once the games kick off, you realise just how hard this division is, just how hard every game is. It doesn't matter who you're playing. So I think expectations were quickly reined in. But yeah, really happy. Yeah,
you've only lost one game, and that was against Man City.
Yeah.
Got a few draws in there.
Yeah.
So is this new look Watford that's hard to beat? Is that the secret to staying up?
Definitely, I think so. I think we learned very quickly that we weren't going to see the free-flowing football we saw in the Championship. You can't play that sort of football in the Premier League. Certainly not with the sort of players that we've got. Similar to yourself, I guess. Although to a lesser degree.
Well, similar to when we came up. We're now trying to sort of expand on that.
So I think there was a little bit of a readjustment period when we came out. The first game was away at Everton. We drew 2-2 after going ahead twice. So that was a bit of a carnival atmosphere around that one, if you like, and everyone's just excited to be back on match of the day, basically. And then we had 2 home draws against West Brom and Southampton, where the focus was evidently a lot more on Watford defending and keeping it tight at the back, not conceding and building from there. And perhaps that was a bit of a culture shock to some, because you're used to seeing your team go out to win every game and pretty, not gung-ho, that's the wrong way of describing it, but really going out and giving it a good go. So we've had to readjust a little bit to that. But yeah, it's been hugely positive. The last 2 games, beating Swansea at home, and we've joined the rest of the world in beating Newcastle away.
Now, you've got your new manager, Kike Flores.
Kike Sanchez Flores, yes.
That's the one. Seems to be sort of your 100th manager of the last couple of years. Do you like what you see from him? Is this new style down to him?
I think so, yes. Yeah, I think. I have to say, Jukanovic last year, he was the guy that got Watford up, and Watford fans absolutely adored him. He looked like an absolute snarling nutcase, which is always a good thing to have in your manager, I think.
Yeah.
But there was a real bond between him and the Watford fans, and he created that link between a squad that does change quite a lot and the supporters. So to get that link between a squad that changes a lot is difficult, and he achieved that. So there was a little bit of difficulty coming to terms with that bond being broken, but the proof of the pudding's been in the eating so far. He's set Watford up. Defensively is the wrong word, but to be solid at the back, not to give anything away, to keep possession, and I guess really to play on the break. And like I say, the proof of the pudding's in the eating. 9 points in the bag, you can't really argue with it. And the good thing about this Watford side is that they're players that haven't played together much. They haven't had a full pre-season together as this squad. So in previous years when we've come up and played all right, that's as good as it's going to get. This squad's only going to get better. So
and Flores is going to stick around. He's not going to go and a new guy come in.
We'll give him a couple of months, certainly. Yeah, no worries.
A lot of new faces, as you were saying. Who's been best so far, and who should Palace be watching out for?
Well, it's probably the same person, and it's maybe someone you might not expect me to say, but the right back's a guy called Alan Nyon. He's an enormous unit. Plays at right back, very, very capable defensively. But going forward as well, he's an absolute Trojan. He's quicker than he looks. So I think the first home game was against West Brom, and you could just see they weren't expecting him to motor past if he was really bombing down that flank. And he's really impressed me. He's looked great, and I think you'll recognise him pretty quickly on.
And is neon the sound that he makes when he goes down there?
Very
neon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay, finally, a prediction then. What do you think the score's going to be on Sunday?
I think it's going to be really close. I think probably both sides are fairly similar in terms of they like to counter-attack a little bit. Hand on heart, I'm going to go for a draw. But
with goals?
Yeah, I think there will be goals. I think Palace will go ahead. I don't know why. You know, sometimes you just get that feeling in your water. That's somewhat, just my dear old dad used to say or something like that. I think there will be goals. If I had to if you gave me 20 quid now...
Yeah, I'm not going to.
No, I didn't think you would. 2-2.
2-2, good, entertaining. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win for Palace, but there you go, goals in it. Mike, thanks for joining us.
No, you're more than welcome.
And there'll be links to From The Rookery End in the description below this video. Thanks for watching. Comment below with your thoughts on the game. What's the score going to be? Are Palace going to win? Subscribe for more videos from PalaceFanTV. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And we'll see you again soon. Cheers.